Hello, I am Jordan, the counselor, LMFT, LPC, supervisor for both, and a doctorate in marriage and family therapy. And today, you're watching my series looking at experiential therapy with a woman who's afraid of the therapist. So let's dive in.
If you would play dumb and stupid.
It makes you all the smarter and all the higher above me. Then I really have to look up to you because you're so smart. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And butter me up right and left.
No, I think you can do that all by yourself.
I think the other way around. If you play dumb and stupid, you force me to be more explicit.
That's been said to me before, but I don't buy it. I don't believe
What are you doing with your feet now?
wiggling them.
What's the joke now?
Oh, I'm afraid you're going to notice everything I do. Gee.
Don't you want me?
I want you to help me become more relaxed. Yes. I don't want to be so defensive with you. I don't like to feel so defensive.
So this is really interesting because I think from the very beginning, we're seeing that this woman, her name is Gloria, is very anxious of the therapist. And on the one hand, she's saying that to the therapist, right? I think you're scrutinizing me. I think you are sort of analyzing me. I think you're judging me. And also, she's now smoking a cigarette. Now, this is done, I think, in the 40s. This tape was done in the 40s, I want to say. So you could smoke like in a therapy session then, right? You can't do that now. But she's doing that, I think, partly because she's nervous. She's trying to down-regulate how she's feeling. So she's very elevated already.
You're acting like you're treating me as if I'm stronger than I am, and I want you to protect me more and be nicer to me.
Are you aware of your smile? You don't believe a word what you
I
say.
do too, but I know you're going to pick on me for it.
Sure, you're bluff, you're a phony.
Do you believe you're meaning that seriously?
Yeah. If you say you're afraid and you laugh and you giggle and you squirm, that's phony. You put in a performance for me.
Oh, I resent that very much.
Can you express it?
Yes, sir. I most certainly am not being phony. I will admit this. It's hard for me to show my embarrassment, and I hate to be embarrassed. But boy, I resent you calling me a phony. Just because I smile when I'm embarrassed or I'm put in a corner doesn't mean I'm being a phony.
Wonderful, thank you.
So this is really risky work. He's basically trying to provoke her to be more angry, so she stands up for herself. And he says, "Thank you." And I think his idea is that it works. And sometimes this can work, but it can also burn the bridge between you and the client. And that means that if it doesn't work, you've also burnt the bridge, which means that it's very hard to move forward with this therapist. So we'll see what happens. This could turn out really well for him and for her. But so far, it's a risky way to do therapy.
You didn't spell for the last minute.
Well, I'm mad at you.
That's right. You didn't have to cover up your anger with your smile. Now, in that moment, in that minute, you were not a phony.
Well, at that minute, I was mad, though. I wasn't embarrassed.
In other words, when you're mad, you're not a phony.
I still resent that. I'm not a phony when I'm nervous.
Again.
I want to get mad at you. You know what I'd like to do? I want you on my level so I can pick on.
So this is something else that he does. There are different lenses that I use, that anyone can use, to understand what's happening in the therapy room. One of those lenses is John Gottman's work. Now, what does John Gottman, the couples therapist, have to do with here? Have to do with this? One of the things that Gottman has shown is really corrosive to relationships is contempt. And there are a bunch of different subtypes of contempt. And one of those is mocking. And the therapist does that here with the client. Watch this.
Not a phony when I'm nervous.
Again.
I want to get mad at you.
Here it comes.
You know what I'd like to do? I want you.
He mocks her. I. So it's a contempt display, and usually that's pretty corrosive on relationships.
On my level, so I can pick on you just as much as you're picking on me.
Okay, pick on me.
I have to wait till you say something that I can pick on, but
What does this mean? Can you develop this movement?
it's I can't find words. I want to.
Develop this as if you were dancing.
I want to start all over again with you.
Okay, let's start all over.
I know a corner I'd like to put you on. I'd like to ask you a question, and because I have a feeling you don't like me right off the bat, and I want to know if you do.
So this is really important, right? Because she's very concerned with how he sees her. Right? Do you like me? Are you going to support me? Are you going to be nurturing of me? He basically refuses to play that game. The problem I have with this is the first session he's had with her, and he doesn't really know her that well. And what he's trying to do is work in the transference, work in their relationship to have her be more assertive. The problem with that, though, is that you don't even really know her. That's my sense, right? First session, you guys just sat down. The tape starts about here. So you've had 5 minutes with this woman, and you're already like trying to change her behavior in some way. Towards what end? How do you know where she needs to change? Like I think it's very presumptive to act as though I saw you and I immediately know what you need to be doing in order to change. Then I'm going to mock you into doing that. I think that's just poor form.
Can you now play Fritz Perls not liking Gloria? What would he say?
He'd say that she's a phony, for one.
Say you are a phony.
You're a phony, and you're a flip little girl, and you're a show-off.
What would Gloria answer to that?
I know what I'd answer. I'd say, I think you are too.
No, say, tell this to me. Tell me what a phony I am.
Well,
Say, Fritz, you're a phony.
well, phony's not quite the right word, but it's more like a show-off.
Sure.
Like you know all the answers.
Yeah.
And I want you to be more human, and that doesn't seem very human to me.
To know all the answers is not very human.
Yeah, to right away find out how I'm kicking my feet and why am I doing like this? Why are you doing like that?
Oh dear, I've got eyes. I can see you're kicking your feet.
I think she's sort of saying what I've been saying. I have not seen this tape before. I've seen the first 4 or 5 minutes. I haven't seen this much of this tape before. And she's kind of saying, like, right off the bat, you come in, you're analyzing me, you're judging me, like, can't you be nice to me? It's funny, I think we're saying the same thing about why his approach is not maybe the best for her. The other thing that I find really interesting is that she's still going with the therapy. She could shut down, she could walk out, she could totally derail the whole process, but she's still kind of going with it. Some of that might be the social pressure of the being recorded, having signed up to be recorded. Maybe there's a pressure there for her as well. So I don't want to entirely pretend that she would do this in an everyday setting, but it is interesting to be something that I'm sort of taking note of.
You need a scientific computer to see that you're kicking your feet. What's big about that? You don't need to be wise to see that you're kicking your feet.
I know, but it seems like you're trying to find some reason for it.
I don't. It's your imagination.
Okay, I know what I'd like from you. Can I tell you what I'd like from you?
Yeah.
I'd like you to be aware that I'm kicking my feet and to be aware that I'm giggling when I'm really nervous and accept it instead of putting me on the defense of having to explain it. I don't want to have to explain why I'm doing these things.
Did I ask you to explain it?
You said, why am I? Or what am I doing?
No.
Well, what am I doing? You said.
That's right. Kicking your feet. I didn't ask you to explain it. It's your imagination. That's not this Fritz, it's the Fritz of your imagination. It's a big difference. Now do this again.
I don't know about you guys, but this just makes my skin crawl. You know, he's I don't know if he's aware that he's like going back on what he already told her, or if he is like being overly analytical, or what the deal is here. But um, I don't think he's very attuned to this client. I want to say something that's really important. I've watched a lot of tapes of a lot of therapists, and right now there's this trend in the field to be very empathic and warm. And that's a different trend than I think there used to be in the field. This was sort of like heralded by people like Carl Rogers. And I think many of us in the modern therapy world are children of Rogers. That is not the only way to act. And it's not the only way that's helpful for clients. You can be abrasive and confrontational and much more challenging in therapy. Um, the thing is, it takes a lot more skill to actually do well. And what you have to do is you have to have all those skills to challenge and be confrontational, and also find some way to maintain the alliance. Otherwise, you have a big rupture in their big alliance, and people don't come back. So that's the thing I'll be tracking as we move forward. I'm not saying that he has to be. I mean, this is Fritz Perls. He's famous for being a very confrontational therapist. But what I'll be looking for is, what is the impact of his confrontation on this client? And can he have some sort of alliance where, at least in the end, she feels like it was helpful, productive, or um, she got something out of it? And we'll see. I don't know, but we'll see. Look, I am Jordan the counselor. If you enjoy this sort of analysis of tape, so you can know so that you can better understand what's happening in your own sessions, you can follow me at jordanthecounselor.com/subscribe, sign up for my newsletter, and I send out these sort of updates regularly. All right. See you next time.